So here they're putting in that new bridge. They dug up the old bridge because they got those little tubes like that, and those little tubes are no good for man or beast when it floods, because all it does is backlogs up and then floods onto the road. So they put in this infrastructure with the steels and the rebar, going to concrete it in, and it's huge great squares now that run through this part of the roads. And then this way goes down towards Obrero, and this way goes up towards Castellion. So very nice what they're doing. It's will it all be completed before Duterte hands over office to the new president, or President S? I don't know. So yeah, I've not walked here for, I don't know, about 4 months, but they've done loads and loads of work. They need to get these trees back, because as you can see they're pushing on the concrete, so they'll actually pull them back and then they'll backfill. Ooh. They'll backfill behind that wall and here with rubble and concrete and all their bits, and then they'll cover it in with a concrete pathway. So there's young boys hunting for scavenging for metal and scraps. Let's see whether they ask. Hey Boogie! He looked dumbstruck, doesn't he? There's a white guy walking on DACUDAO with a camera. So yeah. But as I've said, they started this like 2.5 years ago, and they're still pushing it on, and they're still doing really well. It will become a bit of a racetrack, like this guy's coming down here now. So just behind me, the PNB are pulling people over for their documentation. So that'll be your registration document for your number plate, and then your car license. Yeah. The tunnel of love. Ah, here we go. See what they're doing? They're making those trees, that little area. Then they're going to concrete back up to the edge of that, but they're filling that in, which looks pretty nice. It'll become a path of sort. You won't be able to turn around and take a bike. You'll be able to weave in and out of the trees as they're doing it. But these guys are putting the concrete in there. There we go, there they are working. Oh, look at that. Hello, Poogie. ¿Cómo está acá? Okay, that? So what they're doing is they backfill with hardcore, then they're putting the concrete. This guy's putting the cement and the rubble into the mixer. There's a thacker. There's a thacker to pack it all down. This is for mixing the cement to go into the mixer. So they put in the hardcore first, then they put in the mixed cement. There's the water, and as they're going, they're putting in the rebar of these moulds, these formers. Hello, Kuya. So they're levelling it all out. Do you notice? It's all manual. Hello, Kuya. ¿Cómo saca? Oh. Good. And if you notice, he's still wearing slippers. There is no PPP, personal protective equipment for your feet. So here we go. So they're backing it out. You see what they're doing? They're coming along. They'll drop in a load of mud, backfill here. They'll put it in there. They'll thack it down to push the trees back. and then they're putting the concrete walkway all the way through. But a concrete walkway only comes about a metre, and if you look, if it's a metre, it's where those boards are. There's a gap between that and the road. I wonder if they're actually going to backfill this with concrete and dig it out and fill it the road right up to the edge. I don't know. It's amazing, isn't it? It's just an update on there we go. So they're building that side. There's a little jeepney coming along here. It's got all the music playing because it's advertising for, who's it doing? Oh, chicken and chips. There we go. So they've opened it all out because all this is collapsed over there. You can see this pipe in the middle. It's just all collapsed down. This pipe over here is not even the full length of the bridge, but they'll build this. They'll put a new bridge in so you can get across this side. Okay, and if you look at it, it's going downhill, so the water from here will run down there to the next sluice. It's amazing what they're doing. It's just the build is everywhere. I was on the coastal road a couple of days, well, maybe about a week ago. I've not been down there for a while. I'm trying to keep away from it. It's very, very windy, so I can't fly the drone. Really, really muddy, so the scooter doesn't like it. So I'm just keeping away from that. A couple of my subscribers don't like me doing vlogs on the new coastal roads, but I need to do vlogs on the coastal road because it gains me views. My subscriber count is starting to climb back up again after YouTube took 356 subscribers off of me. I found out that subscribers that subscribe need to be active all the time. If they're not active all the time, then they get scrubbed. Well, the problem with that is that we're in a pandemic and people here don't have the money in the Philippines to continually watch YouTube. There we go. So this is the bridge they're putting the concrete in. So this guy is filling up the bucket with concrete. And he's coming along. So the guy's got an air tube which is like pumping air into the concrete, which levels it out, and then they smooth it all in. So the digger is putting concrete in the bucket, putting it on the top here, and that's what they're doing. This is what the old bridge used to look like. So the air goes down that tube and it pumps in, and then it settles the concrete, making it easier for the guys to turn around and smooth it out. Hey Joe, ¿cómo saca? Amazing, isn't it? So I'm going to go over here and wait for the digger to come backwards. There we go. So the cement mixer is filled up the bucket. He's going to crane the bucket around and then drop it in that little area. Some of you will say, why doesn't the cement mixer just pump it straight into it? I've got no idea. You know, I don't understand that at all. But there is a reason. Yeah. And I don't know what that reason is. Yeah. Okay, so this is the top of DACUDAO. They're putting in the rubble, they're taking out the bricks and all those big boulders. They'll come out, which is what they're doing up the top there near that petrol station. I'm going to go across here and walk back down this side, okay? But there we go, so he puts it in there. Amazing, isn't it? Build, build, build. I wouldn't want to do that job. They're craning it in, so that'll be tube number one. Now they've realised that oblong or square is better than round, and that's going to be around about, oh look at that, it's going to be about 6 to 8 feet across. Oh. And it goes. Oh. Hello ma'am. No ma'am, I'm okay. Salamat for you. There we go. There's a young lady, she's got her camera out, she wants to turn around and take pictures. Does she work for the government? I don't know. She's got a nice new truck. And then here is that footpath. This side, it's wide enough to walk on, see? Yeah? It's wide enough to walk on, wide enough to do stuff. There's those tubes, there's that guy, and it's coming down this way. Let's walk down here. So this area was notorious when it rained for flooding and water backing up. As I said in my vlog yesterday, when it backs up, the houses over this side, over here, are all lower than this area, so they would all fill up with water. Oh look, there's a Weeto. We have a Weeto. See how it's filled up with mud? They craned it out. Half of the pipe has got sediment in it because it can't wash through. So it's just like any river. The sediment just builds up. They don't go through it and clean it out. They just leave it, and all of a sudden it restricts the flow. But if you've got an oblong like that over there, you can stand this side and you can push it through. You know. Very difficult to walk through a tube as a person. Hey bro, come on Saka! Yeah, so let's walk this way. So I came up on the other side over here, and now I'm walking this way. I'm walking into the traffic because I don't want the traffic to run me over. So a vlogger vlogging on DACUDAO. Hello! 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 Poogie! I love the camera. I love the camera. So they're still building. We walked up this way earlier. The digger's in there. There's somebody climbing across that road to get to the other side. Yeah. They're built like gazelles here. I was on that bunker the other day, and that guy was bouncing around at 72 years of age. I was struggling, but anyway. So here you can see the sluice here, the squares which they put in many years ago, which is bringing the water out from Obrero and Kneale, and it's pushing itself around. But you can see all the sediment that sits there once it gets in there. Amazing, amazing. Yeah. Somebody said to me the other day, where'd I get all this information from? Well, my father used to be an engineer with the water board back in the UK, and he used to take me out when I was younger, when they were doing works like this in the UK. Yeah, so they would turn around and put in pumping stations and pipe stations and pressurised water flows, and just turn around and move water around. But it was all done underground in solid pipes. They gave up concrete a long time ago, and they went over to plastic. It's easier to turn around and put a what they call a stint inside a pipe. Yeah, so if you have a pipe that's about 6 foot across and it gets a cut in it or a break in it, all they turn around and do is they go back to the inspection area, they drop in a plastic stint, which is like a half pipe, send it down, weld it in place over the pressure, and then put some other, I think they put some like some glue adhesive on it, and it was very, very strong, waterproof and all that stuff, and then just put it in place, and then that stops that crack getting bigger. When it's concrete, you couldn't do that, because once it broke, it turned around and it just started crumbling and breaking down. So yeah, so that's where I used to get most of my information from. But God bless my father's soul. This area was where the guys all used to turn around and have their little shacks and their little shanty towns. But now they've actually got to finish the wall, put the render coat on the outside, and then just start getting rid of some of this rubble. So this 2-lane highway going up towards Buhanging can open up. They'll get rid of all this junk, all this metalwork and all this living quarters where they used to crash out and chill, where the security used to live, where they used to have their food, and they'll turn around and start moving it. As I said, it's been going on quite a while. I don't know how long this vlog's going to go, but I've got to walk down there somewhere. Nice. Guy in a taxi, or something I want to ride? No. Hey Joe! So this is what they used to use before. They used to put one side and one the other side. But here it is. I don't understand any of that. Oh, a construction of drainage structure, DACUDAO Street. I understand that one. So very, very nice, yeah. But yeah, they used to turn around and put in these 2 half pipes, one on the left side and one on the right hand side. But the problem was when the pressure got up, it used to push it apart, which meant the join that was in the middle used to open up and the water used to flood down and wash away the ground it was on, which meant it used to sink. There we go, some of these crash out, hiding some stuff, living in a little house. Yeah, so they're going to turn around and concrete this in, and then they'll turn around and make it good for a walkway. There's no walkway over here because it's all parking. See, wherever there is what I call back in the UK a footpath, it's taken up, like that guy's walking, it's taken up with cars, and people put rubble on it, or they put engine parts on it down here, or they set up saris. So yeah, really what they should have done is on this right hand side coming this way, this should have been the parking over here. Yeah, they should have done slanted off-road parking, and then that should be a no car zone, no lorry zone, no truck zone. Ingenuity. They're using a metal bar with some metal bits on the end, and they're bending the end of the rebar. See that? Put the bar up, putting a kink in it. See that? Very, very nice. It's amazing, isn't it, what people can turn around and work out. Steels. So the workmen come and work, and they live in these little shanties where they're working. Now, during Saturday and Sunday, further down the road on the left hand side is where they have this like ukai second hand for household goods and electrical pumps and fans and TVs and all sorts of stuff like that. That's Saturday and Sunday. Today's Tuesday. It's not there today. You've got a Chinese store there. Don't know what's in it. Got the Rent-A-Kill van there on the right hand side, and I think I'm behind this Rent-A-Kill van on the bottom one, this one there on the right. So that's the initial names. There comes the scooter. The scooter's coming into view. There we go, scooter. Yeah, DACUDAO, Buhanging, Obrero, and our Castellion. Take care, guys.